So right now I'm in the middle of cleaning up all the parts, putting it on alligator clips, as you can see here. Here are the oranges that I not only snipped off the excess nubs, but also sanded down. Let me start putting it on here. There we go. Get this ready to go. And double checking if I missed something. Some of them I think I may need to do it again. Others are okay. Oops, sorry. See there. And I was also verifying which parts can be put on, on second, put them on together without me painting it and then putting them on together and realizing that this is the same color. I did a lot of sanding using the 400 grit and then an 800 grit, a fine sanding. I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my sanding sponge. There you go. That's what I was going to say. Like a fine sanding sponge to smooth it out. Also improves the bite of the paint when you airbrush it. This will be for the oranges. I'll get another one for the whites in a minute. And I also had to take apart the feet parts because I had the white on top of this. And no, I didn't put them on yet. Right now I'm in the middle of this. Here's my other tray. So, I mean, in reality, if you look at it in hindsight with all this parts, painting it is actually kind of a breeze with this. It's not going to be that difficult. There is secondary areas of the part that you can repaint again with another color tone if you want, but that's I'm seeing it on the orange. The white is a lot of secondary areas, but it's also covered up by the orange. Like there's a part here that's white that unfortunately I could put it on top of this, but I'm actually closely considering the possibility of maybe giving another color. I don't know yet. But if I do something down the feet, then I gotta look at the arms, I gotta look at the shoulders, and see if I can give it another color tone, depending on what the situation is. Yeah, and the legs are pretty cool to put these on. Sand in the areas here. Yeah, this one's fine. This one's easy. Get that out of the way. This one's always a bit of a pain because when you look at this, you're painting everything around here and everything around here. But then if I put something here, it's going to cover that up and then you got to move it. And yeah, I guess I'm kind of nitpicking, you say, but I'm going to leave it the way it is and then I'll just do it how it's supposed to be. Now there is something that I wanted to show. First of all, let's bring it down here a bit. Forearm has been painted and glued on, and I sanded down as best as I possibly can. But there's that little weird area, the little weird notch there. I don't know. I can't tell if it's actually part of the marking. That's like when you sand something off, you see like a weird mark there. And usually because it's all white, it's very difficult to see. So I'm going to use this to see what I got. It doesn't show there's another marking there. It looks like it's okay. But I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to get another one of my sanding. I had my gold one. I can't find it anymore. I had a gold sanding file, which would be perfect for me to sand there just to get it done. But that part is done. Now the other one, happens to be the shoulder parts. Now this one, I'm going to take apart. Now it's all like this, right? This is part of the inside of the frame and the trim. That's good. However, there are two other parts here. We have this, and we have this. Let me just bring it back here. When I was moving the camera, I turned off the recording. I had to turn it back on again. I'm going to get one of the gray parts because it is 3 parts here. Let's get the it's silly to see that the fact that the shoulder part is all the way in the 3rd, 4th page where it should have been right where the arm assembly part section is. But they decided to do that. Fine. Now, this goes here. But there's a marking there. Now that I'm noticing it. And is there a marking there? Use my camera to see it. There is one right there, so let's take care of that. If you're like me, who can barely see things, even if you have good eyesight or even have glasses, use your camera to look at your parts, especially if you're using it on a phone and it's actually seeing the whole thing. Because the phone, you have a wider screen. All right, so I'm going to put this one here, followed by this part here, which I did sand off the edges there. Cool. No, not cool. The other way around. It is specific in the positioning of it. And then we have this. Now, I am going to glue this because I don't think it's a good idea to paint it and then take it apart and then put it back on again. So using extra thin cement, that is. Put in the holes there, just that way I know it's going to come out. And then I'm going to put this guy right there. I'm going to seal it in. There is a bit of a... Okay, we need to clean that up a bit here. I think that's good. You can barely see the num marks over here. But if you do this a bit, that should... There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And I'm going to put a little bit of here. Now, I could paint this whole white and then mask it off and paint this, but how much will it be shown through the connection of the shoulder to the chest? We don't know. Also, the fact that this part in the manual is orange. Actually, that whole thing is black, but this little part is orange, which I just actually saw right now. As I was turning the pages on this, and I said to myself, really? I gotta paint that orange too? Was it this one? Yeah. Maybe I can hand paint that. Let's, yeah. Oh well. I mean, we can figure this out, you know? So I don't really need to paint this charcoal because you're not going to see it. It's going to be covered up by the forearm, by the shoulder. So it's going to be painted all white. That's done, taken care of. And as a matter of fact, it acts as a perfect holder for this. There you go. Find the workarounds, you know. Some will work, some will not work. And then you're going to have to figure this out yourself. This one, of course, I'm definitely going to paint the charcoal part because it is conforming to the to the hands. And then I'm going to use this, no, not that, this to hold up the part here, the polycap, because that polycap, even if it's painted, is going to be covered up by the arms here, as you can see. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I know sometimes it's kind of difficult to figure out where to go, especially when you're working with old kits. This is technically an old kit. And of course, the one part that I was dreading was this one right here. As you can see, this has been glued. It's not dry yet. It's still, this is about an hour's worth of drying. I'm going to give it another maybe 8 or 9 hours. Then I'm going to begin sanding it down softly and controllably. First on the outside, then the edges. Then I'm going to use sanding paper to get the inside. Then I know that this part here, no, not this, because this one is actually holding up these. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be looking at the wrong one. It connects to this, which of course I know that it has to be cut off so I can put it on. That's going to be interesting. I know how to do this. Let me remove this part here because I'm going to need that. There we go. Ah, that thing broke. That's okay. It could be glued on. No biggie deal. I can figure that out. I'm just going to put it on for painting. There we go. Yeah, this one's okay. There was only no mark there. There's a few here that has no marks. This one's fine. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to start assembling the weaponry. Then getting the gray parts away and put them on and set that up for that. But before we do that, I want to do a little unboxing to show you. Actually, I'm going to do it right here, right now. Because it's an unboxing of a product that I'm going to look at. And I'm going to make another video to review it. So it so happens that my good friends at Gallery sent me another product for me to test and review. And when they told me, hey, we have this product, your channel has been very, very kind to us. You've been very well on us, and if you don't mind, please share your ideas on this. Test it out, find out if it's good for you. And I said, sure, why not? I'll be happy to do this. If we can figure out how to open this box. I'm just breaking the box. Alright, here we go. Oh. Well, clearly I did not get this, but I gotta go to the gallery's website to see what it is because actually I could see from the behind, and I'm not sharing it with you guys, so I apologize for that. But I got this. The Mobius Airbrush by Gallery, 0.3 millimeters. Let me look at that, what it looks like. Mobius. Oh yeah, that's a premium airbrush. Oh my god. Check that out. This goes right with my other airbrushes that I got from Gallery. But I will do an unboxing and test and well, I'm going to do an unboxing to test it out. I'll do it in a separate video. And then we'll incorporate it in the build of this kit. Now, not only that, I also got, for water-based acrylic inks, eraser markers by Gallery as well. Stay tuned for my next video of me reviewing these amazing little products.